Father, my 3 songs. Oh, we're being stopped for a train.
Yeah, we are being...
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit.
Welcome to Dust Bowl Decks. The sun is setting in Western Australia,
Sure is.
and I'm here to spend golden hour with the golden man himself, Harry.
Let's
Welcome. You almost crashed there. Good to have you, man. How are you doing?
Bloody Ripper. It's good to see you again, Mac.
It is good, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. For context, Harry and I met on a retreat of which I've already banged on about on every episode, but I'll do it again. And haven't seen each other since. What was that? 4 weeks ago now? 3 weeks ago?
3-4 weeks?
Yeah. So I guess it's nice to see you in the real world.
Yeah, outside of that.
And know that you're still full of beans, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So, what's the first song you've brought on the journey today?
Savoir pour moi.
Savoir.
Savoir pour moi. Savoir pour moi?
Yeah, why does that ring a bell?
So, it's a song you've definitely heard before.
Yeah.
It's by Plastic Bertrand.
Okay.
And it just represents like a dude being a bit whack and a bit how you going himself, I think. Pour moi. Yes, you've heard it?
Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah.
Ariata mata. And I remember watching it as a kid, and the video clip is like this dude in the funkiest jacket dancing behind this green screen with all these crazy lights. And it's just like someone rocking out, being themselves, and just like giving full energy and full commitment to this random. The song in the lyrics make no sense.
So it doesn't translate to something?
No, it's French.
Okay.
So Savoir pour moi, and everyone who listens to it I think most people don't know, unless you can speak French, and I can't. But I had to know. So Savoir pour moi is, that works for me.
Okay.
Which I think is a nice little message.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like a little Indian in his igloo. It's like all these really strange, like the whole song makes zero sense. Like I Am the Walrus by the Beatles. Like it makes no sense, but it's the energy, and it's fantastic. So
awesome.
There we go.
Ça se place, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant trop mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois, un sparadrap, une gueule de bois, a bu ma bière dans un grand verre en caoutchouc. Comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, la nana, quelle panard, quelle vibration de s'envoyer sur paillasson. Lit, mais ruiné, vidé, comblé. You are the king of the divan, qu'elle me dit en passant. I am the king of the divan. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, t'occupe, t'inquiète, touche pas ma planète. Today, que le ciel me tombera sur la tête et que la colle me manquera. plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi, moi, ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi.
So there you go, man.
Tune,
Shazam.
absolute tune.
Number one
That's
on the list.
that's 100% getting added. I feel like that's a tune that like everyone knows, but they don't know.
Exactly.
And I feel like it's in quite a few like iconic adverts.
I think so. It's very high
Like
tempo.
Apple or something. I swear it's in an advert. I'm sure someone knows, but yeah, banger.
High tempo. It's good fun.
Yeah, I did enjoy that. And I thought as well, you struggle. It's one of those songs. You know, if someone says play a happy song, like that's
Yeah.
a fucking happy song.
That is
You
a
can't
happy
not
song.
be happy.
No,
listening
it's
to that
good.
song. It certainly wouldn't be a funeral song, or maybe it would.
Maybe it would.
you know,
Maybe
maybe make a great funeral song.
song.
Is there any way you picture yourself when you hear the song?
I think the confidence to be quirky and to be outlandish that emanates from the guy in the song.
Mhm.
I think that I've been realizing, and I'm like, man, you want to emulate that kind of confidence. For that guy, I mean, it was the 70s, doing heaps of wild stuff, but just like, wow, he's just showing up as himself, being proper outlandish, and I think it's fantastic. So, yeah, I picture myself as the guy having that amount of confidence. I think it's really, really cool.
Is there a moment where, because I experience you as someone who has that,
Right.
and I would love to have your natural dispositions just be super energetic, conversationally, literally. Is there like a moment in which that kind of came for you? Like, can you think of a time where you like fully just let go? Was it, I don't know, whether maybe Africa facilitated that, but is there any moment in time that if you were to reflect back on, you would think, I wasn't that guy?
I think I actually have always been that guy. But I remember being a kid, super, super, super happy, and like an event happened, and I got super, super sad, and then slowly, I'm becoming my like natural happy-go-lucky kid again. And it's weird. I think most people have like an emo phase or like this kind of sad, interesting teenage, edgy phase, and I just got hit with mine young. I think it was like year 7 primary school. I just got hit with mine young, got super sad for a bit, and then just kind of picked up. And it was just my trip to Africa that I realized was like, yeah, no, I can actually fully open up again. I think we're all naturally, as children, like we're born, I think, happy and with a lust for life. And I think it is life that can get to us and can weigh you down. But I think our natural state is playful and happy and excited about life. And it's funny. Old people, they see a kid that's happy, they're running around, they're having the best time, and then they want to give the kid advice and knowledge, to help the kid on their journey. But it's like, if that adult isn't content and happy in their own life, they're trying to teach the kid all these things, but it hasn't worked for them, and yet they're trying to pass it down to the kid. Like, that's interesting.
But you think it's a projection of who they want to be, or like, what are you saying is interesting about it that they assume that they know about?
No, they're trying to give wisdom in life. Like, okay, so like, who's more wise? The kid's running around having the best time, fun time in life. The adult's serious, maybe a little bit grumpy, not excited about life, and yet they're giving advice to the kid. Whereas I feel like, is that right?
Well, yeah, my a good friend of mine was telling me how through working with children, you realise how much adults underestimate the knowledge of children, and a lot of knowledge, as you say, is like maybe how life should be experienced, and children understand that maybe better than adults. Like, it's something that you build all this armour as you grow up.
My first two jobs were working with kids.
Okay.
Maybe that reinforced it out.
Yeah. And I definitely, the value of being playful, I'm only really letting go of my shame in doing that over the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Something feels immature about being playful, but they're not antonyms, that's
childish and childlike are two different things.
Yes, yeah, childish and childlike. But being childlike in my eyes before was being
childish. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
But
Cool.
Two different things.
They are two
I got
very
a
different
good story
things.
for it.
Go for it.
So
That is the point of this.
Yeah. I was like, do you want to know the story?
Yeah, I always want to know.
Which is, so it was like 2 years ago. Like a bunch of friends from high school, we all loaded up a bunch of 4 drives and went down to Albany for New Year's.
Wow.
And it was just so good. I actually recorded the whole thing on a little handy cam. Got a cute little video that I absolutely love. All the gang, like bunch of veterinary students as well, at Murdoch. Anyway, so we go down, having the best time in Albany, and then we're doing a spot of beach rugby on the sand. And I've got the ball. There's actually a Kiwi bloke. He's like missing a hand, and he's like the best. So it's like
Okay.
Anyway, Rhino. I've got a mate Rhino, and he is
And he's not the best?
He's not the best, but he's definitely the biggest.
Okay.
My goodness, like he's huge. He's a huge man. And I've got the ball. I'm quick. I'm running away, and Rhino's bearing down on me. And I go into the water, and I splash a bit, and I lose my footing, and I go to roll, because I'm used to rolling, but I mess up the roll, and I just bang, snap my collarbone. Really good job, and I've done it before. And as soon as I did the roll poorly, I knew I'd broken my collarbone. Heard it pop. And then I just like was sitting in the water, and the man was like, "Oh, you're right." I was like, "I've broken my collarbone." He's like, "No, you haven't." And I stood up, I turned around, and he's like, "Whoa!" Because it was like sticking out, and like you could see the skin was like around it, so it was like it was ready to pop. Like I'm actually surprised it didn't go through the skin. It's amazing how elastic your skin is, like super elastic. And everyone was like freaking out when I felt fine. I was like, okay. Everyone was freaking out, and the skin kind of gradually was like pulling it back, and the vets tied a really poor. I quickly got my film camera and actually took a self timer before I left with all the gang, which is a great photo. And the vet students put a sling on me, and it was a really bad sling. And then we had to they were like, "Oh, we're gonna take you to the hospital." So I was like, "Okay," because it's quite an intense break, and the only track to get out was a full drive track. And so we're just like bouncing around in the car, like, and I'm like, woohoo! Get to the hospital, and it's the night before New Year's, and like it's like closed. The chemist isn't open. The doctor's like, yeah, you properly have broken that. That's not good. But I can't give you any painkillers or anything. Sorry. And my mate's like, you can stay in Albany. I've got my parents nearby. I'm like, you know what? I'm not staying. We're going back. And so we went back, 4 drive tracks in again. And I had a few drinks to numb the pain, and we absolutely boosted that night, had the most amazing New Year's, all my friends, and I was just had a broken collarbone, and it was great.
Wow. That's some serious resilience.
It was good. It was a good time. And I wasn't going to let a broken collarbone like ruin my day.
No. And
yeah. It was funny, I got the doctor to rate the sling out of 10, and he gave it a 2 out of 10. It was quite a poor sling.
Oh,
but they're used to doing it on animals, not people. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so the vets were the only like institution open? Or?
Oh no, the vet students were just
vet students.
They were students at university.
Wow.
Friends from high school were studying veterinary science.
Okay.
Very hard. They would like study really hard because the course is very hard, and party hard. So we'd go and hang out.
Yeah. Cool.
But South Benoit like played at midnight.
Oh, there you go. Tie it all back in.
We were vibing to that song. So
you do have a point of where I see, because it's not the first time.
No, it wasn't the first time, but it was like everyone was surprised because I could sing all the lyrics. I don't know if I can anymore.
Well,
maybe the alcohol helped, but I can definitely sing a few of them.
It's a great feeling when you're the one who knows the lyrics.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like when it's a great song, everyone loves the song, but you're the one who fucking knows the lyrics.
Yeah. So I was slinged up. And singing South Benoit, we were all dancing and jumping around. It was just it was a really good moment.
Awesome. Is there anything you wanted to say about it? I cut you off when after the song you were going to say.
Was I? No, that works for me, man.
All right.
That's the chorus. It's good. I hope that's it. So also, I'm not passed my French test. I tell you that.
All right. So, obviously, you work FIFO.
Right now,
Been saving up, and you said just before we started, 1 week left.
One swing left.
One swing left,
2
so
weeks.
2 weeks left. And so it's currently setting the foundations to go into this photography stuff.
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to do to be hired when I was away. So when I mined, and then I So I was a wedding photographer, I did some mining, and then I traveled the world for about a year and a half. And there was a thing that I felt like I needed to do, which is to go hike the West Highland Way and then the Isle of Skye. My uncle took a photo in the Isle of Skye in 1999. Yeah. So I was retracing his steps. Of course, he didn't know where the photo was taken, which is super useful. And made it more of an adventure. And that's the thing, adversity. If I'd known where it was, it would have been less exciting. Yeah. So I ended up staying with this guy.
I think I'm not sure everyone shares that mentality, but it's definitely the better one to have. Sorry, carry on.
I stayed with a Scottish family, and the grandfather had mapped some of the hills in Scotland, and he's a very knowledgeable mountain climber man. In fact, all of his friends who are also mountain climbers are all dead because they'd fallen off mountains, which is wild.
And that didn't put you off as well? It's just...
Oh, I wasn't climbing mountains though. Okay. Like, in this, he just knows mountains of Scotland, and he took one look, and he's like, "That's Old Wenstore, Isle of Skye." So I thought, fantastic, and I did my 2-week hike in November, which is a terrible time to go hiking in Scotland.
But it's a terrible time to be in Scotland.
Yeah, I knew I was going to suffer, and suffer I did, and it was great. And I wet socks the whole time, and just torrential rain, hail. But yeah, I found the spot, and it was actually one of the hallmark moments of my life, just finding that spot. That was a 28.
I love 28s.
Gorgeous birds. And yeah, finding that spot and getting the exact photo. And it's like for like, photo of my uncle, the photo of me. This is the rock that he's standing on. When I've taken the photos, a lot of lichen and moss all over it because it's grown since then. But yeah, same rock. And I always looked at that photo and thought to myself, one day when I'm a big boy, I'm going to go there, take that photo. And it's been nagging at me, and I finally got it done.
That's awesome, though. So, song 2. What's the second song you're bringing on this journey?
Woo! Okay, so it's going to be a more chill one. It's Home by Edward Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros. Okay. And you've definitely heard it before.
Yeah.
It's a classic. I don't know, it always has made me, oh, brother, my 3 songs. I just thought of one that's actually a big one for me, which relates to the story of me in Scotland and hiking. One that I had slipped my mind, but now is it's such an integral song for me.
So, start again what you were saying.
Home by Edward Sharp and the Magnetic Zeros. Yeah. Yeah. It's quirky, it's funny. I love a song where 2 people sing. And it just reminds me home. What is home? What is the kind of home I would like to build? There's a kind of playful, joyful love between these 2 in the song. And I don't know, it's always been a song that's made me feel warm inside. So, yeah, ask me questions.
So when I asked you about that, it triggered something in your mind to remember about another song. Yeah. Do you know why thinking about that song triggered that?
100%. It's a song that's close to me. Home is the idea of coming home. I've got Scottish heritage as well. So my family, my nana's, my mother's side, they're related to the 14th Earl of Lauderdale. Well, a jolly good show there. So going back to Scotland where my uncle Stu, took his photo. There's a movie, which is one of my favorite movies. It's called Local Hero. Okay. Speaking of mining companies. And it's the story of a Texan dude. They think he's Scottish, but he's actually not. And he just I'll take the business trip. And he's going to this small Scottish town in the middle of nowhere. And the idea is he's going to buy this town, and they're going to put a huge oil rig facility there. And it's the story of this Texan, this guy from America coming to Scotland to try and buy this whole village and all the properties, and him kind of changing and going through a journey along the way. Okay. It's a great film, and the soundtrack of that film is just, it gives me goosebumps. Yeah. And I've always wanted to travel and to see the world, and going to Scotland, and that place has always been a driving force. So that song gives me goosebumps. It makes me think of adventure. It makes me think of escape. It makes me think of just Scotland. I don't know. I always thought Scotland would align, and I always actually also thought I would be. When I think of Scotland, I think I'd be running around in Scotland, and I'm a photographer, and I would be filming a girl with red hair. Super strange thing to think. I know Scottish and girls with red hair are probably synonymous. Yeah. And I ended up hiking Scotland with a girl with orange hair. but she was from South Africa. So that was an unexpected twist.
Yeah.
So funny the way life works.
Yeah.
I the red hair was there, but I never. And that definitely was something that I didn't try to make happen. It just happened.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's funny.
Yeah.
I do think there's angels watching over me, which sounds super woo-woo and hippie and like, but I feel blessed. Like beautiful things happen, and I'm just like, how and why? What did I do in a past life to deserve good things? And also, not so good things happen, but I'm like, when good things happen, I'm just like stoked. I feel blessed. I don't know. That's it. It's quite. Should we just be silent for it? It's cute.
Yeah. I don't know if the normal version's a minute long.
No, that's good.
Okay,
That's good.
cool. All right. Well, I feel like that doesn't count as a song. That can
Doesn't
go
it?
in there. No, yeah, it seems like it does.
Yeah.
Oh, because you need it to now, because you've forgotten your
no.
third.
We can always pause that one and check.
Yeah.
Camera 2. Hey, camera 2.
Yeah.
We can always pause it and check. But as soon as I see it, I'll know. But Home by Edward Shark and the Maniacs.
Yes.
Still a great song.
So you said
We'll totally
it's
play
a
that.
chill song, maybe slightly contradictory to some of the music you normally listen to, or
Nah, I think Smack.
No?
I listen to some weird stuff. It's good.
okay.
It's all good.
So can you remember the first time you heard the song Home,
I remember just absolutely loving it when I did.
or the first
I
time you
just know-
connected?
it's-
with
I
the song?
love actually singing it with people. Yeah.
Can you think of a moment?
I was road tripping with someone through the Northern Territory. Actually, no, it's just up northern Western Australia, and like we were singing it together. That was really nice. So I love singing it with people.
Yeah.
I sing it with lots of different people, and yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful song, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And it just evokes a feeling of kind of romance. I think for me, that kind of sweet, innocent, romantic feelings, and you're really close to someone, just like connecting. I don't know, and I think with home, that question of like, what is home? Is it a place? Like when I come back to Rocco, I feel like I'm home, and I'm in amongst the kelp. I feel like I'm home because my family is here. But I wonder, that romantic partnership can kind of like lead into where home can feel like. So it's an interesting little lucky. Also, there's a bit in the song that's super zesty, which is super zesty. There's a bit in the song that's completely and utterly improvised. The guy just did it, and she just kind of laughed and responded, and like he had a story he'd never told her, and they're recording, and he tells her the story that he'd never told her before. And she reacts, and it's a really cute moment in the song. When it happens, I'll do this symbol.
Okay. Well, keep your eyes peeled for that one.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going
couldn't
to
think of a
cut
hand
to like
symbol.
an edit where you don't.
What's the hand
say
symbol?
it.
Like this?
Oh god, I had a question, but you
sorry,
absolutely
man.
throw me. No, stop apologising.
Okay, I will.
Oh fuck, you bastard. What was it? Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'll tell you why. It wasn't a question. Sorry,
right.
so I'm going to hit me.
Yeah.
It's funny that the theme of home has been a theme amongst a lot of songs for people that have come on. And the first song that we had on Dust Bowl Decks was with Matt, who I'm not sure you know Matt at all, but he's a piano teacher, nice beard. Anyway, the first song he brought on was "To Build a Home" by Cinematic Orchestra, and he was talking about how the idea of home for him is more so an embodied thing than a physical place. And when he heard that song, he was physically home. He was climbing Machu Picchu, and what happened with all the songs? It turns out all the songs were actually, the theme of them were home. So it's quite interesting that when people choose their favourite songs, it's seeming, because I've had a few like that. That there's not always, but often a link to home, and how music has the power to kind of bring that up.
I think we forget how much of an impact our environment has on who we are as people. Huge, so huge. We think we're so separate from our environment and like the people around us, and we're like we love to be the master of our fate, the captain of our soul, but like, my goodness, your environment has such an impact on who you are as a human. It's hectic. So for people to, their favorite song to think about like home makes sense. Like, it's ingrained in us. Where we're from has such an impact on who we are.
And I think music is almost like a subconscious way maybe that you can reconnect with that, even if you have negative conscious feelings about what home is. Because home will always be, you know, home is where the heart is. Like, home will always be that point of not necessarily safety, because it might have been a very unsafe environment that you grew up in, but somewhere where you long for that safety.
Nearly broke your ass and you were bleeding all over the place, and I rushed you out to the hospital. there's something I never told you about that night.
What did you tell me?
While you were sitting in the back seat smoking a cigarette you thought was gonna be your last, I was falling deeply in love with you. And I never told you till just now.
Let me go home. Home is whenever I'm with you. Let me go home. Home is when I'm alone with you.
Home, let me come home. Home is wherever I'm with you.
Ah, home. Yes, I am home. Home is when I'm alone with you. And the day my heart gets slow, I can have my body and fly. Once and once the waterfall. Anyway, to sing
There you go.
Love it.
Happy days.
There's not enough songs of like relationship, like basically talking to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
I'm
nice.
trying to think of another example, but
How-
there's a few, and they always.
How much can
always
you
go on.
almost, now that you know that little fact about
Yes.
you can feel it, and you can,
Yeah.
you know, and this is like with videography, like when you're filming people, often you've recorded, you've done your shot, and a great bit of advice is always to keep your camera rolling, because it's often after the camera's off that people become their genuine self. You often
Just
get
let
the
go.
best
Yeah.
stuff when the camera's off. Essentially, it's supposed to be off.
Well, that's why
The
I
wedding's
was
very
reluctant to ask you some questions about how you are until the camera was set up. But it's hard when you haven't seen someone and you want to speak to them.
Hey, yeah, true. bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can feel it in the song. That moment. Like, I always thought that was just a really nicely done thing.
It's
And
just
then
authentic.
I found that
isn't
out
it? It's
recently.
purely
actually.
authentic.
That's an
Yeah.
actual moment. He tells the story behind it, and I thought that's so beautiful, and it makes sense why it hits so hard.
And it makes that song way more interesting
way more beautiful.
and way more beautiful. And that's kind of the point of this, right? Is once people give their context to a song, it can elevate a song to a level that you haven't experienced before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm trying to think of another song where it's I know.
You're a full-time lover and a part-time friend. The
No.
monkey on the back is the latest trend. I don't see what anyone can see in anyone else but you. It's Anyone Else But You by the Peaches.
There you go.
It's a banger.
I'll take your word for it because I actually don't know it.
See this?
Oh, maybe I do.
This is the dead center of town.
The dead center,
Of
as
town.
in
People
dead
are dying.
people,
Dude,
not the
people,
middle.
people are dying to get here. It's a bit of a grave spot, I know.
How many girls have you brought to this spot and made those jokes?
No,
in?
none. I've never.
You're killing me.
I've come here once with my brother who was into vampires, and like they did they took some photos here, and it was like holy wreck. It was like kind of freaky times. That's the one time I've been here. I just thought I'd go past and make jokes about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dying to get here. Oh, you know what's really cool about the spot? I kind of, I dig it. Yes.
Well, let's hope that's the death of that.
Love it. Yeah.
Thanks. The song that I was thinking of
Yeah,
is
hit me.
Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, okay.
Christmas song,
Yeah.
obviously.
Beautiful.
Is it even about Christmas?
You'll find that love actually is all around.
All right. Okay.
Love actually. Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. But again, like that's such a everyone loves that song, and it's just a dialogue between a couple. Maybe not quite as elegantly romantic. It's actually a little bit like I hate you and I hate you, but we kind of love each other.
Classic Bertrand was like being yourself. The Scottish song about the mountains was that trying to find home somewhere else to go on an adventure. The spirit of adventure for me. That's what that song kind of represents.
Mm-hmm.
And then that last one is about going home.
Oh, we're not going for
We can go number four.
last
We
song?
can, we've talked about it. It would be rude to not.
Yes.
You'll always wonder what it would be. Then I ended up living in Africa, and that's when I had applied for this expedition job as a photographer. And when I was in Africa after 6 months, they came through. And I was expecting an interview, but they were like, "No, we've seen your work. Come and be the photographer."
Boom.
And I was so stoked.
So
I actually lost it because it was kind of a dream of mine.
is this so hang on, sorry, just so that I'm following. Is this now what you're going to be doing
Oh,
after
yeah.
this swing?
Yeah.
Okay. And what is that then?
I'm an expedition photographer.
Expedition photographer.
So there's cruise ship photography. It's a bit different. You're taking photos of the guests a lot. Taking photos of a lot of the guests, and you're selling the photos to the guests kind of at the end of the thing.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a expedition ship, so it's more focused on the wildlife. So not so much people photo the guests, but like the landscapes and the animals, and then teaching photography.
That's so sick.
So I'll be lecturing on photography and having a group of photographers and taking photos and
That's
showing
amazing.
them at 'em. Yeah.
Good on you, man. That's so cool.
Honestly, 5 years being a photographer and like feeling like I was just not getting where I wanted to get,
Yeah. And then just one moment.
and then
Yeah.
bang, finally all the pieces lining up.
5 years to do that for 5 years though.
And
Like
to-
most people
Well, I did
probably
mining.
quit a bit earlier than.
I went into mining for that last year, and I
Yeah.
thought I need to travel and decide: do I want to do another 4 years grinding away trying to make this work, or do I need to do something else? So that traveling was me trying to decide what I really wanted,
Interesting.
and then that job came through.
And once you let go of like this rigid idea of what your life's going to be and just kind of go with it and travel, suddenly it came to you, you know, it's like,
Antarctica's also been a goal, so I always really wanted to go to Antarctica, and it's been sitting on me, and that's why I applied for this job to begin with. But yeah, then I did 4 months, man. They needed an Australian photographer for the passage through Australia, and that's a right time, right place.
yeah.
And yeah, I was just so grateful. But yeah, so I spent 4 months in the Kimberleys,
Wow.
and I spent a lot of time up north, so I felt suited to the place. I can know a lot of the animals, and the topography, and yeah, so being able to, and like the green ants, I love like showing the guests. There's a little green weaver ants.
Okay.
They're like leaf eating ants.
Yeah.
They've got a green bottom on them. They kind
Yeah.
of spit acid.
See the ostrich.
Oh, the emus.
Emus,
Yeah,
ostrich.
yeah.
The emus, there's my Australian knowledge coming in.
It's all right.
Um,
Yeah, and so you can grab them by the head and you can eat their bums. It's like a sour lolly. It's a really delicious bit of bush tucker, good source of vitamin C. So I love showing guests stuff like that. You know, there's all these little things, bit of bush tucker knowledge I picked up when I was a kid. And so I love sharing that with guests. And then teaching them photography and showing them how to use their iPhones.
That's such a cool job.
Oh man, I feel
I'm so jealous.
so ridiculously blessed.
Yeah.
I actually am like,
That is awesome.
and so I'm going back to that.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I just wanted to get some. I mean, I got paid pretty good, but I was like, nah, I want to do some mining work.
Yeah.
Remind me of what life
Yeah.
can be like,
Yeah.
and make it even more grateful and buy some more expensive cameras.
Yeah.
I could do the job without them, but I feel better for having them. And I really want to do it justice. The Kimberley, I mean, I'm stoked with the photos I got, and I
Yeah.
need to share them actually more. 'Cause
Well,
I-
your Instagram is pretty impressive, to be fair.
Hey, cheers, man. I feel like I've not really put enough into it, to be honest.
Wow. Well, you put a fair bit in by the looks of it.
I feel like the amount of work I've shared and the things that I've done
Compared to- yeah,
are not
okay.
not comparable. I think I really love seeing friends putting themselves out there and giving things a go. It makes
Yes.
whenever anyone starts anything, I love getting around it.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming on this.
Oh man! As soon as you said you were starting a YouTube thing, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Anyone who's trying to build something in this world, I can always get around it, man. Unless it's like
Yeah,
maybe
me
no,
too. Actually, yeah. Unless it's like
it's like super intense.
Yeah,
It's like,
that
I'm
shit's
spanking.
cold or something.
I'm starting a YouTube channel where I spank people.
Bob's your uncle,
I don't know.
you know.
And Fanny's your aunt.
Fanny's your aunt.
That's a full quote. Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt. Another quote.
Thanks for
that's
ruining
great-
my childhood.
Oh, but that's just another quote that's good. Is like a jack of all trades
The master of none.
is a master of none,
Yeah.
but a master of many is better than one.
Bars.
That's a full quote.
Yeah, right.
Which is so like people
but a
use that
master of
for
many
the.
is
Isn't that funny that
is
old
better
mate?
than one.
But a master of many is better than one.
Yeah.
So
okay.
isn't that funny that the dude made this quote to infer this meaning, and people
It's been used
cut it
for
in
the
half
complete
and use
opposite.
it for the opposite? Isn't that funny?
Well, it's kind of sad.
I
No, it's
think
not that sad.
It's pretty
It's
funny.
quite funny.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
good when you actually find that out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Harry, great choices for 2.5 songs.
Thanks, my dude.
For your final song,
Yeah,
what are you bringing on the journey?
definitely a song that I just play, and I play all the time. I think I found myself just listening to I think similar songs, and this was probably the first time I really felt that like no one had shown me or I hadn't kind of discovered it through other means. Like I feel like I had just gone out and I just found this song and this band. They're called the Crepes, and they're not well known, not that well known. And I just felt like I felt them for me, and I absolutely loved their songs. And this particular song, I just love moving and grooving to it. So the song, it's called "Sexy Land," and yeah, I just bloody love it. And I like to groove to it and move to it. I wish I could hit you with some deep meaning behind it, but I just the feel of I think we like songs, right? Because they make us feel something. I don't know. I just feel I feel good. I feel content.
You feel sexy?
Maybe I feel like maybe rather than sexy. Oh, we're being stopped for a train.
Yeah, we are being okay. No, we're not.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Dude, that was gnarly.
Oh, I was thinking. Oh, are we? You said we're being stopped for a train,
Oh
and then
my
you weren't
god!
stopping.
I was like, nah, because they
Um,
take forever to go past. I was like, I'll just go past. And then I like
Let's
went
watch
past.
this train that almost killed us.
Yeah,
Is it that? Are you kidding me?
yeah, it's slow. So we were fine.
It's going at like 2 miles
Yeah,
per
I know,
hour.
I know, it's okay. But like, it was funny that I stopped, and then and I thought the boom's gonna hit us, and so it reversed. Should we document this? Here you go. This would be good for you.
Yeah.
We got this train going past. Oh my god, that's no good.
That's so
This
funny.
train's- Fun fact about this train.
Almost hit us? Or...
My Scottish friend and I, just as COVID happened, we went to like, oh, this is incriminating. Maybe this is particularly incriminating. Anyway, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's a friend of mine.
Hypothetically.
And, hypothetically, my friend and I, during COVID, just like went to hang out, and just have a beer. We sat on some of these trains, and it took off. And we were like, I had my ukulele. We left our phones back at the house, and we actually rode it all the way to Wattle Grove. He got hit by a tree, split open his face, and he almost died. But it was all good.
Mm.
And yeah, it turns out when they get up to speed, you actually can't get off them, and it's quite terrifying. And it's like they're
When you
weak,
say you were on
it's
it,
weak
where...
on the top, but like it's a curve. These are flat. These are sea containers.
Yeah.
It was like the grain had a curved roof, and like it was at night time. We were just zooming, and yeah, like Wattle Grove is far away, man.
Wow.
And it was at like 2 a.m. Maybe 1 a.m.
That's a very fun but scary fact.
It was wild, man.
So
It was probably one of the
what you've
most
said
silly
about
things about
this journey is, if you break a bone, don't go to a hospital. Go back and get absolutely hammered.
Have 100%.
And if there's a train that you think might move, sit on it and then.
We actually,
try and
there
hang
was
on.
like the main track, and we didn't go there. We went like a few tracks over where we thought we'd be away from them, and there was no chance of it taking off, and then it took off. So
Right.
yeah,
Does this count as a song?
this train,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's kind of.
a bit eerie. It's like from a horror film.
Yeah. Oh, can't
Jeez,
believe we
almost died. This
Yeah.
interview almost cost your life, mate.
worth it. Worth it.
I'll take that. That's
Would it have crushed us? Like, that looks
if we
kinda
had
heavy.
stopped on the track, yeah, we would never
No,
actually on the
the
track.
boom, even.
No, I just didn't want to. These are expensive. They didn't want to break the boom because it would be very expensive.
You were worried about the boom, not your car?
Nah, should be right. Well, the car's cheaper than the bloody
The boom.
The boom. The boom would be like 20 grand or something.
What?
Yeah, 100%. They're just these things are over.
Oh, he's going straight back down.
Holy wreck!
Wow.
That was wild.
That was wild. All right.
Well,
so,
we just
sexy
that just
something.
happened.
We were saying, I said,
Dude, and it's opening again. What the hell's going on, man? Anyway,
the question that happened too was, do you feel sexy when you listen to that song?
I feel reckless apparently.
Yeah, so you're talking about how you feel about that song. Like how you feel when
so
that song's playing.
What I was going to say, it makes me feel like once again it's kind of like romantic. I feel like there's like maybe when you're young and you start to have romantic feelings for someone, like maybe I think one of the lyrics is like, she's gonna take me to sexy land and someplace that I'd like to be. It's kind of gentle, it's nice, soothing. I don't know. Yeah, it's a song I like, and like it's interesting when I like turn on music and it's like a random selection song. It'll just come up all the time. I was road tripping with someone through Tasmania and it just kept coming up. And then I was in Africa. I would be driving a car through the garden route, and it just kept coming up. So it's a song that just plays all the time in my life. So I don't know why. It's just like it always finds it. Maybe Spotify's recommending it because they listen to it and just like so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It's a song that constantly comes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Where do you picture yourself when you hear that song?
I picture myself. I don't really picture myself anyway. I don't think. I just like. It feels familiar. It feels groovy. It feels. So it's more of a feeling than a visualization, which is weird because I'm hypervisual. Hypervisual person helps me with my photography and my work. Wow, sounds good. Actually, we're gonna drive there and do a turn around there. Hypervisual person, but yeah, I don't think of a particular place. It's more of a feeling. I feel very where I am when I listen to that song.
Yeah.
It's like I'm driving, or like I feel very present. It puts me exactly where I am. So I don't imagine anywhere. I feel like I am where I am.
Sexy land.
We've got some nice lighting here.
We do. We have some lighting, which is a wild move. All right. Well, shall I stick it on, or is it?
I would love that.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you that.
No, you're not. You're gonna come back on. I'm not allowed to tell you.
I'm not gonna be home for a while.
Jesus
Yeah, it makes me feel just peaceful. Doesn't like.
That's a
demand
banger.
anything
I
of
really
me.
enjoyed that.
Hey,
Really enjoyed
sick,
that.
bro.
Yeah, I will be adding that for sure.
Yeah, I feel very mellowed out and just calm. And calm.
Even though we almost got hit by a train.
Even though we was going back to that was before the song.
Yes.
That would never have happened if we were listening to the song. It would never happen.
Or maybe just the power of that song. You can almost forget about how stressful life was.
We almost
the moment
died,
just
and
to go.
I feel fine.
Harry, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Hey!
So good to see you as well.
Bloody ripping,
Like,
mate.
yeah, I was really excited to see you, just to see you, regardless of this. But it's been really good fun. Your energy is contagious. The world needs way more people like you.
Wow.
And you're teaching me to let go and stop caring so much about judgment of others and just follow my passions. And yeah, so thank you. I feel very privileged to have met you.
Mate,
yeah.
take me out for dinner.
Oh, now the shame
what
comes
kind
back.
of car ride is this?
Yeah, but I mean everything I say. Like,
Yeah.
you're a great bloke, and I'm looking forward to going for a snorkel.
Hey, a dive, mate.
Yes.
The point is a beautiful spot. Well, Mac, you've on the retreat we did, you have a gift for storytelling, mate. And I feel like it's something you haven't really. I don't know if you've nurtured it that much. And just you were not thinking, you were just sharing and being you, and it was really it was good. It was good, man. So you should definitely. This is a good avenue. Sorry, I just don't want to hit anyone else. There's people doing some weird stuff on the road, and
Were they
Good
there when we
job.
left?
I think they may have been.
That's fucking Truman
Yeah.
Show, that.
But it's been a pleasure talking to you. I was excited for the interview.
Yeah,
so
thank you. And you were the first person who said to me that I'm good at storytelling.
Hey.
And then it really kind of hit me. I was like, you know, I'm not a bad storyteller. And actually, since I've recognised it as potentially part of my purpose. On Earth, you know? And so that's another reason I'm hugely grateful for you for kind of igniting that. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, this is part of that avenue. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're arriving at the destination. Look at that, perfect time.
Very good, mate. Oh, let's go, man.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it there. Is there anything you wanted to say, actually? Or I say?
I think you've nailed it, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Cool. All right. Well, that's it, guys.
That was good. I feel like it was a great success. And we had a good talk.
As much as I would record with you again, I'll be driving next time. No, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Please like, subscribe, all the classics.
Next time
I'll drop your Instagram in the description as well, because your Instagram's awesome. And I'll be adding these tunes to the Dust Bowl Decks playlist on Spotify, which will also be in the description. So jump on that. Jump on early. Be one of the first.
Great.
Yeah.
Dust Bowl Decks, you've heard it here first. Woo! With Mac. Let's go. Next time we won't almost die by a train.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah. Cheers, guys. See you later. Cut.
How bloody ripper, mate.
That was good. I enjoyed that. Good to see you too.
Good Scots.
I almost had to cancel as well.
Oh,
because of
dude.
my car breaking down.
Yeah, I know. And that just let that be another indicator of like you don't need this motivational thing to get you here. You got here by your own will and desire.
Yeah.
Even when shit was not ideal, you still made it happen.
Yeah.
And it's still recording.